for any kind of corruption. These the young people, they will deceive you. Why they do like this? People like this now. One day you must ask them, oh, you not go ask them. You must ask. When the time is ready, we go ask. Everybody say yeah.
I was 5 years old. And my parents know you don't have right to do that to me. What's wrong, fella? There must something's very wrong. Then they said, you want to talk to me? You want to explain those things to me? And I'll show you that I can get you down.
That's when he started beating you.
Yeah, that's when he started beating. Then he ordered he would never beat you because he has his hands. He would never beat you because he doesn't want to break his fingers. Doesn't want to break his hand. So he called his guards. That was when the beating started.
They started beating you with what? With wire?
They started beating me with, they have cables and wire roll around together. It looks like a baton of cable wire.
Electric wire.
Electric wire.
The jail and the beating is attached. You know, you get the beating, you go to the jail after beating. Maybe you go for 24 hours jail or maybe 12 hours, God knows, you know. So it depends on the gravity of the offense, you know. But I started to see this, but I said, okay, now, it's not possible because...
To you, it wasn't right.
I said, but you know what you call the people? Yeah, you're preaching to the people, and the people, they love you, they love your music, they do everything, they listen to what you're saying. And they want to live by that. But when we come back home, your own domain is the contrary of what you're preaching there.
Do you think that the fact that at that time the army was beating people publicly?
Right. So we were in prison.
For how long?
We were in prison for, say, I think 3 months, from January to say, beginning of April. And we went for several bail hearings, and because of the strikes and all that, people saying, oh, so, yeah. So I think a judge finally granted us bail in April. And it took the police by surprise because, I mean, I know the Nigerian system very well. Because in Nigeria, if you've got money, you could get away with anything. If you've got a family name, you've got money, you're well known, I mean, you could carry heads in the street and nobody will stop you.
So the same thing that Fela was denouncing, corruption of justice,
it happened.
In his favor.
It happened. And this is how it happened. Knowing the Nigerian police, if you don't settle them, give them a bribe or something, they wouldn't let you go. So what happened that day when Fela got the bail and said, oh, Fela, you can now go with your staff? The police quickly came and surrounded the prison with armored cars, snipers on the rooftop. Fela is not going anywhere. Fela is not going anywhere. Everybody had come from Kalakuta, they were happy, oh, Fela is out on bail, and if Fela is out of bail, then that means he's escaped a murder charge. And the police were there, they were adamant, they would not move. I mean, it was serious. It was like, I don't know how to put it. It's like they wanted to carry out an assault on the prison. Got armored cars, they blocked off all the exits in and out of the prison.
To prevent Fela from leaving?
To prevent Fela from leaving. And Fela said, you know how Fela took it? He said, same people in Kalakuta again are preventing me from leaving prison. It's the spirits in Kalakuta that are doing this. But don't worry, I'll come out. So the police, they were there. Then I think, surprisingly enough, knowing the Nigerian system, Beko settled the police. Look, I don't know how much he gave them, I don't know, but I know that the Nigerian police were settled. Because if once you settle the Nigerian police, no matter what the judge says, it don't mean a thing.
When you say settled, do you mean bribe?
Yeah, I mean bribe. Because you go to bribe in Nigeria. Because if you don't bribe, things don't get done. I don't know how much was involved, but I know that a bribe money exchange hand somewhere. And it's not something, it's something that Beko will readily do. Because I could remember in 1992, when Fela was about to go to Europe, his passport had expired. So I had to take it down to the Ikeja passport office for the passport to be renewed so he could travel the next day. But I said, but Fela, but I was asking Beko, but you know that Fela's passport has expired. We should have got this thing renewed. And well, I didn't know. Then I said, for us to get this thing renewed, we have to pay a bribe. So he said, how much? I said, I'll talk to the guy in the passport office and see how much he wants. And I told Beko, this is how much the guy wants, and we get Fela's passport, same day service. So he gave me the money, I gave it to the guy. Lo and below, Fela got his passport renewed, and he was able to travel the next day. So paying of bribe, Beko was not averse to that. So that was how we got out of prison. The police were settled. So on the next bail, the police didn't come. We got the bail, and I think Beko bailed Fela. My dad came to bail me, and the two other guys. We had to look for some guarantors for them because they had nobody to come and bail them. I think later Beko arranged for them to be bailed. So leaving prison and going back to Kalakuta, I felt injustice was done because Kalakuta was supposed to be a refuge for people fleeing from injustice. Now Kalakuta has now become a haven for injustice, and everybody was just laughing about it. I said, this is not very good, because one, is it because Fela has money, he's got name, he's got power, and this poor guy, he's got nobody, no family, apart from his, I think he had a son who was about 11. What if he came from a well-known family? Fela wouldn't go scot-free. Fela wouldn't go scot-free. But because the guy came from a very poor background, nobody could speak for him. Nobody could fight his case. You know, everybody was just interested. Oh, Fela, oh, champion of the masses. Champion of the masses.
How did you feel then?
Felt very bad. It was one of the lowest points in my life. I felt very bad. I became very disillusioned. And then I decided that it might take me 10, 20, 40 years. I said the truth will come out. And by then, I had taken it upon myself, because while we were in prison, Fela was relating his life story and all that. So I was just taking notes. So I said, if I come out of this, one day I'll just compile this and try and get this published, and so that people will know the truth. And nobody can escape the law of karma. Fela got punished for what he did, because he died a very terrible death that I will not even allow my enemy to die that kind of death. He died a very painful death, very, very painful, very, very painful. And what happened in '93 is still affecting. If you've been to Kalakuta on Gbemisola Street, if you see the state of the house and everything, that will tell you that something is still going on here that has not been resolved.
So it's because of a sense of guilt that you wrote that book?
Yeah.
The Ikoyi narrative?
Yes.
Do you feel responsible for Sano's death?
I feel kind of, because I was there. But there was nothing, I was powerless. I couldn't do anything to prevent it. Because if I tried anything, I could have been a victim myself.
So by that time it was fear that was ruling all of you?
Yes.
Is that what Kalakuta had become?
Yes.
Thanks, Majemite.
In the streets,
Because that's when the army was whipping people in the streets. Do you think this was influencing Fela into also using those methods at home?
But he's against it. He thinks against it because they do it to him, but he does it himself too. His contradiction is there. For me, personally, there's contradiction between what he's preaching and what's going on at his own domain, which is its republic. Fela doesn't want his wives to be in harmony. Those ones that stayed in that era, living today, if you go and check their backs, you will see indelible marks there.
One of these fellows that Fela trusted, one day he stole the money and he ran away, and Fela sent people to catch him.
When I went to the other side of our shrine, when I come back, I had to hear say, "Someone is dead, someone is dead." But I'm not dead that time. I'm sleeping. When I wake up, now they tell me, say, "See what happened." Most of us not there. So not be everything when Fela do. Maybe I'm not there at the sleep. Maybe I go the other side, maybe the other side of our shrine. So that one not there when Fela order people to beat him. I'm not there.
So you don't know what happened?
I don't know what happened. Fela never say go and kill person.
No, I'm not saying that. But
so that boy overdo something bad.
He's so proud.
The more I started trying to get close to helping him in some way, the more he started becoming aggressive. And that's when, he had a lot of informants and informers and people around him
A bunch of idiots.
Who would say, you're saying, well, he's CIA. So the more Fela was just CIA. Everybody was CIA. His first wife was CIA. One of his wives tried to poison him, was CIA. The CIA planted, when they arrested him in Italy, he said it was the CIA through an American.
Well, come on now.
woman.
At that particular time, there was a lot of CIA.
Oh no, we know that. There's CIA all over the world.
Right.
But Fela this thing about the CIA was paranoid.
I hear your side of the story. Fela is not here to defend himself. I'm there in the middle. I know what I saw. So how do you expect, you got two giants. I mean, well.
So, but we loved each other, and but I would tell him everything, to his face. I said, Fela, this is craziness. What you're saying is crazy.
But Carlos, how many people? It wasn't many people around like you that would tell the truth, speak the truth. There were you and myself. Everybody else was scared. I don't know why.
Well, they were scared because Fela at one point became so violent.
I never saw that violence.
You didn't see that part, but whoa.
So in other words, it could have happened to me.
Whoa. He became so.
He would actually put his hands on someone?
No, they didn't touch people.
No.
He would have his
bodyguard,
his gang. It was that period when I decided, no, I can't go further.
It was a very rough period.
I can't go any further on this. And that's when I decided to separate with Fela.
Femi left, his son left, to go his own way, to do his own band when Fela went into prison after. And so it went all like that. They all left. Jacob Brammer, who left, everybody just kind of departed from him because it was uncontrollable.
Really very, very sick.
I know now, because I'm there for the house now. Every day we dey go see and they sick. Na me go let them even, na me open mouth out, say, this man have to move to hospital. I have to. I know say Fela dey sick. But I don't know say that sickness will cause death. So I don't know say the sickness when they sick, maybe ordinary fever. Say when Fela dey sick. You know the sickness not the, but this one when he's sick, he pass 1 week, weeks. When they look, say, wetin dey happen, wetin dey happen, wetin dey happen, wetin dey happen. Shey you understand? Till they even come carry am go hospital. They not even let us go see Fela for hospital.
So all the time he was in the hospital, you couldn't go and visit him because you didn't know where?
I don't know where the hospital, till today, I don't know the hospital where Fela died.
Oh.
So I just hear say Fela die, start to dey cry. Till they bring Fela come for Kalakuta, say, now we believe say Fela is dead. Till I see the coffee. They put her for ground, now I believe say Fela die.
Okay, listen, my little brother. I need to talk to you because I need to explain to you what my strategy is, okay? And I see you're focusing on the killing of Sanwo. And that's going to very much disrupt the strategy of my book and of the series. Because no one, you see, they don't expect that angle to be brought up. You see, and I want to talk to you about this, okay? I would, I don't, I want you to continue doing things as you want to do them, but without focusing on Sanwo. And I'll explain to you why. Okay, so let's talk. Okay, whenever you can, call me.